All right. In this session, we want to practically demonstrate how to manage our website effectively. I'll be using a case study of the previous website we just created on e-commerce. We use Uptalk dashboard as a control panel to manage the website. I would like you to understand that one Uptalk dashboard can manage unlimited websites, meaning you can create multiple websites with just one dashboard, right? Right now, we want to go in detail. The first thing first is that if you want to access your website on Uptalk, you first, after logging in, of course, I told you before on how to access your dashboard on your web browser. It could be Chrome, it could be Opera Mini, it could be Safari, any browser you are accessing the website, whether you are using your mobile phone or a computer. The system is responsive, the application is responsive, so it can function in any of these devices you are accessing the dashboard with. Now, the first thing after logging into your website or to your dashboard on Uptalk, you tap on this flag icon, in order to locate your website. Presently, I have just one website, and it's e-commerce, right? Now, to access this website control panel, because to manage this website, you have to access the website control panel. You scroll down to the right side of the page. This is the URL of the website. You can copy the URL by tapping this icon. That is if you want to copy the URL and maybe you want to send it to somebody. But we are not going into this for now. We want to access the control panel of this website. Now, under the action, we have about 3 options, right? The first one is edit. This edit business details will enable you to manage the details of the website you created previously. Maybe when creating the website, there are things you felt might not be okay talking about the content. Maybe there are some mistakes you made and you want to alter the mistakes. You want to change them. You want to correct them. So you use the first icon, which is the edit icon, right? Then if you want to access the website, you use the last icon, this global icon. It will take you to the website. Then this middle icon, which is the view icon, this is where major functions will be taking place. So you just have to click on it. Then it brings you to the control panel of this website. Now, what you do, we have a lot of things to do here, but we attend to them one after the other. The business type is e-commerce, and the name of the business, which is a website, is Nigeria Craft, and the title is Nigeria Craft, right? Then the website email, maybe you've provided an email during the registration process, it will show here. And if you have reviews by your customers, the reviews will appear here. Currently, the review is 0, right? So, and the wallet balance, if you've made some money, maybe you sold some products, the money will reflect here, and you can as well withdraw the money to the bank account linked to this business or to this website. though when the time comes we will go into that area, because we need to connect the website first to a payment gateway, just like Paystack, right? Okay, now the first thing I would like you to look out for here in this control panel, let's scroll down. You see product, you see digital product, you see dropship, testimonials, feedback, invoices, uptalk invoices, right? So let's work on them one after the other. We'll start with this product. This product is usually for physical product, right? And if you look at this product, under this product, we have just one. This one was added during the creation of this website, right? Now you can add extra product to this product. You can add more products to this your website, or you can as well edit this product. Maybe you make one or two mistakes and you want to edit, or you want to add to the content of the product. You use this edit icon. Let me click on it so we can see what I'm saying. Okay, now you can see what I was saying. Maybe you want to add to it, you can add it here, right? Maybe you want to add more product images to it, you can add it here, right? Or you want to add to the content, you can add it here. Okay, let me just remove and tradition, right? Let me leave it this way, elegance, and save it. What I just did, I edited the content of this product, right? Let's view the content to see if our edit was affected. Then I'll tap this view icon. You can see, you see that the tradition I removed the other time is no longer there, right? Let me go back. This is product discussion room. Maybe people are talking about your product. Sometimes you can see the reply here, but most time it's usually for digital products, or maybe contact, or a kind of discussion room. That's what this one covers. Okay, now if you want to add more products, you tap this add product. You tap this add product icon, then you can now add the product. Under the product name, you enter the name of the product, and the price, you enter the price without adding any currency symbol, just the amount in figure, right? Then here you can now select the currency. Is it Naira? You select Naira. Which is this? Is it US dollar? You select USD, right? Is it Ghana cedi? You select Ghana cedis, just like that. Then you can now select the category of the product. Then once you are done with the selection of the category of the product, you check here, is it a digital product? If it's a digital product, you select this. Then it will now load more options. Is the digital product shippable? Is it something that will be transported or shipped to the buyer? If it is, you click it. But if it's not, you don't. Is it academic product? Is the product meant to be for students or learners, So you select this. Then if you select this, that is maybe the product in question is for students, maybe online courses and the rest. And of course, you now select if the product will be indefinitely available for the students or the learners, or is something that has subscription base, maybe only 1 month, then it expired. So you select accordingly, So that's how it is. When you are done with all the selection and the filling, then you can now click save. That's how to add a product to your e-commerce website. Okay, let me go back again to the dashboard. I want to show you something different this time. If you look at the dashboard, generally, this is your Uptalk general dashboard. It has total website, total site subscribers, like post, like business, total orders, and the customers you are having in the business, So these are the available options on your dashboard. This dashboard is different from your control panel. This is just your first dashboard that houses all the website, right? Then if you tap this icon here, the total Uptalk site, if you click on it, it will still lead you to where this flag icon here usually lead you to, right? Let me click it. It gives you the total website hosted on this your account or dashboard, right? So if you have more than one website, all of them will reflect here. Then you can now select them accordingly, the one you wish to work on, right? So let's go back to the view icon and to the control panel of this our Nigeria craft, right? Okay, let's scroll down a little. This is digital product. If you add any digital product, the digital products, they will reflect under this section, under the digital product section. But if they are physical products, they will reflect under the product section, right? There's this drop shipping, just ignore it for now. It's mostly for people that don't have a product, but they want to sell for companies and get profit. Usually earn 10% from the total amount of the product if you sell the product. For instance, if I want to add a digital product to my product, I will just have to tap this. For instance, if I switch this button on, it automatically, it has added the product to the list of my products. Let's check to see what I'm trying to say, if at all I'm right or not. This is our business URL, which is our website URL. Let me just click to confirm if the product I just added on the drop shipping came up. You can see it's already on my homepage. Now I now have two products, right? But this one equation, this product that I just added via the drop shipping, if I'm able to mix it, or I sold one of these products, this company will give me 10% of this product, which is 700 naira, depending on the amount of the product, right? That's what it does. So, but why this is my original product that I added, and peradventure, if I sell this product, I go home with all my money. I know how I source out the product, so I know how much I'm earning from the product. Of course, that's for your product. The difference between the dropshipping product and your personal product. The dropshipping is not made for you. It's an international organization bringing it, selling it, just like you are doing it, like as if you are an affiliate marketer. So if you are an affiliate marketer and you don't have a product to sell, you can benefit from this dropshipping product, right? But if you have your product to sell, you don't need to go into dropshipping. You can start selling your product from the dashboard, right? That's for that. Let's go back to our dashboard. Let's go back to our dashboard. We are here again. So I've been able to discuss on this product icon, this digital product, and drop shipping, right? Now let's look at testimonials. During the creation process of this our website, you remember you were prompted to enter testimony. And of course, this is the testimony we added the other time, right? You can edit the testimony, you can delete it as well. Maybe if you are not interested in it, you can as well add extra testimonial to it, right? But it's good you add valid testimonials. Testimonies of people that have patronized your business and they have good ways of math to say, right? So these are the people. You don't need to flood your testimonial page with fake testimonies. It will not do your business or your brand a good thing, you know. So if you want to add more testimonial, then you tap add testimonial, this icon. So you can now put the name of the person, the image of the person, then you now write the testimony. Once you are done writing the testimonial, you save it. Once it's saved, it will automatically reflect on your homepage. Let me show you where it will reflect on your website. This is your website. Let's scroll down. Can you see? This is where it will reflect. It will reflect here. And when the person click here, click on this icon, it will now be flipping. More will be coming. So that's how the testimonial works, right? Go back to our dashboard and then go to where we were before. Okay, right. I've been able to discuss on the testimonial, right? This is feedback. Feedback is mostly for people that have given you review. Their reviews will reflect here. You don't influence this. Do you get? You don't influence this, meaning you cannot supply reviews. Reviews are supplied by your customers. So this is why when creating the website, or if it's your website, you need to be prudent, you need to be you need to be original, and you need to attend to your customers the right way, because any mistakes you make, people will give you a bad review and it might not be good for your website, right? But maybe if you are creating this website for a customer, you need to tell the customer to be good as well. Maybe you are creating the website for a client, you need to tell the client that, look, you need to be good, you need to attend to your customers the right way, you know, so that they can give you good reviews. And most times, if a customer, for instance, make purchase from you, you need to tell the customer to drop a review, because sometimes customers, they don't like dropping reviews, especially when you attend to them the right way. When you deliver the product for them, they are happy. Most times they don't even give you a review. But when they have issues, they want to give you a bad review. But when they have good experience, sometimes they don't give you reviews. So you, as the business owner or the website owner, you send your website link to them again. Tell them to write some reviews on your website. It will help build trust, right? Let me show you where customers do drop their reviews on your homepage. This is your website, right? Look at it. This is the product, right? Okay. I click on the product. Rate this product. This is where the review comes in. So a customer can add a review to this product. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is where the customers normally add reviews to your website. So let's come back to our homepage where we were before, the dashboard rather. So we've discussed about feedback. Let's look at invoices. Invoices. Here you can create invoice to your customers, just like a normal invoice that you write to somebody, person make payment for the invoice and you get the payment and approve it. The same thing, just like issuing a receipt, digital receipt to your customers. But one thing is that before you start using this invoice, you must make sure that your website is configured to accept payment, meaning you must integrate a payment gateway to the website, because if it's not done that way, you may not receive the money, you know. So you must make sure that you configure a payment gateway to your website. when we get there, I will show you how to do it. So let's make progress. The last one is uptalk invoices. For instance, maybe a renewal of your product, of your website. The invoice sometimes reflects here, right? So let's make progress. So with this, I've been able to explain the whole of this line. The product, I said before that the product, this houses the physical product of your business. Then here houses the digital product of your business. This is drop shipping. Maybe you don't have any product to sell, but you want to sell for others and make some profit. This is where you go. Testimonials, people that are talking good about your companies. This is where it comes to, and you can add testimonial yourself. Their feedback, people, customers giving you review for what they've experienced from you. This is where the reviews reflect. Then invoices. This is where the invoice you created for customers, this is where they reflect. Maybe you send an invoice to somebody, it will reflect here, whether paid or unpaid. And if you want to initiate an invoice, for instance, you come to the left-hand side. Sometimes, like currently, I'm using computer to access this dashboard, so everything reflects correctly, right? But if you are using a mobile phone to access this very page, this sidebar that you see here will be folded. But of course, there will be an option at the corner at the left side where you can click and then it will display the full sidebar. So everything is still intact because, like as I said before, the control panel is responsive. Even the website you are creating, they are responsive. So any device can access it comfortably, effectively, you know. So if you want to create an invoice for a customer, for instance, then you come down to these business invoices, then you click on this send invoice. You cannot enter the details about the invoice. You select your business. See, this is your business, Nigeria Craft. Then the name of the customer you are sending the invoice to, the first name and the last name. Of course, the first name in his name is the customer's name. Then the last name is the surname of the customer. Then enter the email of the customer. Then the phone number of the customer, the amount, the currency, you know, and then the description of the product, and then the due date. When do you want this invoice to be cleared? When do you want it to be paid? When the invoice passes that date, it becomes overdue or expired, you know. So you state the date of the invoice, when it should be paid. Then when you are done with everything, you save it. Of course, if you want to set the date, you use this icon, this calendar icon. Then you start setting the date, right? But right now I'm not. I'll click cancel. So let me go back to my dashboard. Of course, if I want to go back to the dashboard, either I click on this dashboard here, or I click on this rectangular dot, right? All of them will lead me to the same dashboard. Like as I said before, if you want to access your site, you either click on this icon here, this site, or you use this flag icon. I've used both before, so I can use anyone to lead me there. Okay, let's scroll down to the last side and see view the website control panel. Okay, just as I've said before, we've been able to clear the whole of this line. So let's move a little bit further. Let's go forward. Like if you look at this line, we have likes, we have lead, we have contact, we have website, edit business, general settings, right? So let's quickly check on these icons and what they have. If I click on this like, it will take me to the likes, people that have liked this our website. Their name will come up here, right? Let's come back. That is for likes. Let me show you how people like your website. This is our website, right? So when someone like the website, it will This is where they like. Once they click on it, it automatically reflects one like, right? So when another one click, it becomes 2 likes, just like that. Next, come back. I just did like the website. So if you look at it, it is now 1. Let me click on this like icon. You can see it reflects the type it liked. So if I click on the person, I will be able to see the details of that person. Right? You can see the details of the person that liked the website. So that's for liking your website. Let's come back. Okay, this is lead. Leads are usually for people that are contacting your business. People contacting your business. They come to your website, they like what you're doing, and they send you some contact messages. The messages will reflect here. So that's for the leads. Then the contact request is mostly same thing. Let me show you how you can view your contact request, or how customers can send you a contact request. Going back to the website homepage, of course, this is NigerCraft, right? Okay. And then let's say, for instance, I want to contact this website. I'm a customer in this case, and I've encountered this website. You can see this is where I can contact the business. Let's come back to our dashboard. If the message is sent successfully, the contact request will reflect here, right? So let's come back to the control panel of the website. Now, this is the website. If you want to directly check the website, maybe you want to go and see or view the website, you click on this link, it will directly take you to the website. That's what it does. It's just simple. Okay, this is a did business. Just as I said before, maybe you made some mistakes when creating the website. You can go back with this icon, with this option, to make the edit. Let me click in to see how it looks like. You can see, you remember, so you can see, you can actually edit the business content and the image, the phone number, the address of the business, the Facebook URL, which is the Facebook link if the business have a Facebook page, or the Instagram link if the business have Instagram account, the Twitter or X, So if the website has all this information, you can add them to it. So that's how to edit the content of the website itself. I'm not talking about product. I'm not talking about services. I'm talking about the content of the website itself, right? Now, let's look at the last option here, general settings. We are clicking on general settings. Under the general settings, we have more features. You can see banner gradient color. This is the theme of the website we are currently using. If you look at it, it carries this kind of color, right? I can decide to change the theme of this website to another color. Let's take it for instance. Let's change the theme to something like, of course, we are using this orange color. I'll take it back to that orange color, but let's just use something like this color, right? Though we change it back. Then once you select the color, then you come back, you click save. So it's already saved. Let's check. Let's refresh the home page to see if at all the color is affected. You see, the color of the website has been changed from that orange color to this color, right? So that's how to change the theme of your website. So let's take it back. You click on the general settings. Then let me take it back to where it was before. and then click save. Okay, so if I refresh the page again or the website again, you see it has changed back to where it was before. So this is how simple it is to change the theme of your website. After creating the website, you can alter the theme of the website to any color of choice, right? So let's move ahead to another thing here under the general settings. So under the general settings, you can see where to add extra menu. But this extra menu, we treat it in another section because it will take a while. I will treat it in a subsequent session, right? So let me leave it for now. So the general settings, the first page you see is CMS, Content Management System, right? So an About Us image, if you look at this image reflects under About Us image, and it has 500 by 520 pixel. 500 by 520 pixel. You can actually change this banner image, this About Us image, to an image that reflects the identity of your brand or the website. You can use AI to generate something better, or you can contact a graphic designer and give the graphic designer your specification of what you want, and the person will do it just like that with the specification of 500 by 520 pixel. Of course, we've discussed on how to set your pixel before now in our previous section, right? So you can apply that same logic to get it done. Let me show you where this About Us image reflect on our home, on our website. This is our website. Let me scroll down. Can you see this section? This is about. This is the image. The image, this image you see here is what is reflecting here. So if you change the image to something else, change it from here, then it will affect here. Here will be changed as well, right? Same thing is applicable to this Contact Us image. Let me show you where the Contact Us image appears on our website. If you come down, can you see this Contact Us image? It's under the Contact Us section as like a kind of overlay background, right? So that's how it is. If you don't like what you have there, because by default you have some banner images, right? And you can change them to suit your website. So when you are done changing any of these ones, you must make sure you click on this save button to effect the change, right? So let's go to SEO, search engine optimization. What search engine optimization does is that it makes your website to be searchable on the internet. When people are trying to browse or surf the net and they enter something similar to what your website carries or what you offer, your product will appear among the search results of that person. So that's what the SEO does. So anything about your website, make sure that everything is entered under this SEO keywords, this business keywords. You can add unlimited SEO here. So when you add them, when people enter these keywords in their search, in their Google search or any of the search they are using to browse, your product will appear as well among the search results, right? Then you save your work, right? Now let's come back to bank account number. So this is where you set up your bank account. If your business have a bank account number or your personal bank account number, you can set it up here. But it's advisable you use your business bank account number unless your business is not registered. If your business is not registered, no problem. You can leave it aside and then you use your personal account details. Of course, you select the country you are operating from. Is it Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, South Africa? Then once you select the country, then you can now select the bank. Let me say, for instance, I'm selecting Money Point. Then put the account numbers. Then you can verify the account. Of course, you see account validation is successful. Account holder name, you see. So if you want to effect the change, then you tap yes, proceed. But for me, I'm doing it for illustration purposes, so I don't need to click that. I will say don't proceed. I'm canceling this. So that's how simple it is to add bank account number to your website. So for those that want to integrate payment gateway to their website, then you make use of Paystack setup. You know, this is what we just covered, bank, Paystack setup. So click on Paystack setup. Then by default, select the currency, Z Naira. Then once you select this currency, ensure that the email is accessible, because if the email is not accessible, Paystack won't be able to send you an email for the integration purpose. So make sure that the email you are writing here should be an email that is functioning. So once you enter a functional email, then click save. Once you click on save, then Paystack will send you an email for the integration process. So once Paystack sent an email to you, you follow it up and send all the credentials required by Paystack, because they are very compliant in dealing with businesses. So you must have your business registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. That is one of the requirements. Then once your business is registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, make sure that your business have a bank account number, meaning you need to go to the bank and create an account for that your business. It could be a limited liability company, it could be an enterprise, you know, it could be any kind of business. Then make sure that the business is registered. Then before you proceed to this Paystack setup. So once the Paystack is already set up, you know that you can accept payment from clients, meaning when people buy product from you or your website, the money will reflect on your Paystack bank account, and then your website will still take note of all the transactions you are having. But remember that your website will not host those money, because the money domicile with Paystack. And of course, Paystack is a legit company, and they are licensed by CBN too, and they are regulated. So meaning when people come to your website and make purchase this way, the money reflects on your Paystack dashboard. Though your website will take statistic of all the transactions that are happening, right? So that's how to integrate Paystack payment gateway into your website. So the last one here is domain integration. Maybe if you want to buy a custom domain, because by default when you create a website with Uptalk Web 2, you will be provided with a subdomain, with a nick, a subdomain. It carries Uptalk and the name of your company on the website. Let's take it for instance, like this NigerCraft. If you look at this NigerCraft, it has nigercraft.uptalk.com. You see? So, but when you maybe want to change, you don't want this uptalk.com to reflect on your domain, and that means you need to buy a new domain. In our subsequent section, we discuss at length on how you can buy the domain, how you can integrate the domain, how you can set up a custom email for that your domain. All of them are covered. But before we draw the curtain, if you look at the sidebar, which is the left hand side, you will see manage orders. Maybe when you receive order, this is where you receive them. Pending order, feed order, this is where you see them. Manage feeds. Maybe you want to add feed, like you want to add updates or news to your website. You know, this is where you go. When you click, let me click on the feed itself. If I have existing feeds like news, updates, they will reflect here. But currently, I don't have any feed. Or maybe I want to create a new feed. I will click on add feed. So when I click add feed, then I can now supply. First and foremost, I will select the business. That is, if I have more than one website, all of them will reflect here on this control panel, right? Then let me select. Currently, I have one. Then the feed name, maybe let me just say new product alert, right? Right. Okay. So what's the category of this product? Maybe let's say fashion and beauty blog, right? Okay. Tags, keywords that you will like when people visit your website and they enter the keywords, it will take them to that product, or it could be hashtags, So you enter them. Let me say new bags or new bag. I'll enter the product or the picture of what I'm talking about. Okay. Or let me enter this. I'm just doing this for example. Hello world. Let's say we have a new arrival. Let me just leave it this way. And then you save it. Okay. You see, we have a new update already. So if you go back to our website where we were before, you'll see the update under the feed. Look at this. If I click on this feed, it will need me there. Or if I see scroll down the page, it will still be here. You can see latest feed, right? You see the product we just added or the update we just added. If I click read more, it will take us to the detail of this product, just like a blog. You see how beautiful it is. So this is how it works. So people can comment and then just like a discussion forum. Okay, let's come back to our dashboard. So that's how to add a new feed to your website. You can as well delete the feed. Maybe you don't like it or you want to delete it, you tap this delete button, or you want to edit it, you tap this edit button, or you want to view it, then you tap this view button. So all of them have their own functions. So manage favorite, maybe post when your website is liked by people, so it will reflect here. So but we are not going in there because it does not have any much advantage there. So support ticket, maybe you want to contact Uptalk, you have a problem or you have an update, you have suggestion, you can create a ticket here, or while here you can see all your tickets. So if you want to create a new ticket, you click on this create ticket, then this will take you to where you can now add the details of the ticket, right? This activity log keep tracks of all your logins, so that's just what it does. Then this is business customer, right? Anybody that buys anything from you, their names will reflect here. They automatically becomes your customers. So business invoices, maybe you want to create invoice for people. This is where you can create the invoice. I've said it before in our control panel, right? Why the customer certificate, maybe you offered a digital product, maybe an academic digital product like online course, and your students or your learners, when they are done learning, they will get automated certificate, right? So this is where you can keep track of all the certificates your website has generated for them. So that's how it works. And to crown it up, if you look at this is manage users, right? This manage users icon, maybe you want to add other people to manage your website. Maybe you have staff and you are a boss, you don't have time to manage the website, so you can use this feature to add people to your website, but make sure that they register with Uptalk before you can add them to manage your website. Let's say you want to add a user, so you cannot determine the kind of role you are giving to them. Is he an admin? Because if you select admin, that means the role you are having, that person still have that same role. Is he publisher? Is he moderator? Is he advertiser? Or is he just an operator? So these are the current roles we are having on this website. Then once you select the role and you select the business you want the person to manage, then you save it. The person will receive an automated email and your website will reflect on his own account, on his own dashboard. So the way you are viewing this website, the same way the person will view the website over there. So that's how to manage your e-commerce website. So this is where we draw the curtain. In our subsequent lectures, we go further. Thank you.